Hello friends, welcome back to a new video. Today we are going to... Hello friends and welcome to a new... Hello friends, in today's video I'm going to be showing you a new type of style that I've invented, stolen and then amended a little bit. It's going to be a Glaive adept into Stalker on low gas. Now, of course, I'm still opening up with a Stargate because I want the control of the oracles, but the real damage, hopefully, is going to come not from these oracles, but instead from the initial Glaive adept attack. Then we're quickly going into high base count, low gas with Stalker adept. This is a style that Hero and Mexpex used to play quite a bit. They used to do it on double forges, 4 gas, except they would do it with Stalker and Charge, and they would open up with the Stalker. So I'm kind of flipping the script here. I feel like the adept is a much more powerful tool than the Zealot is a lot of the time. It has the ability to do things that the Zealot can't, like it can be in 2 places at once, which is a freaking cool ability if you ask me. Either way, fast Twilight Council here. We're gonna go up to 4 gateways ASAP. I'm gonna be adding these bad boys wherever we can. The moment we have any financial space available to ourselves. Okay, he's gonna come in to try and maybe cancel this base. We're just gonna move back to stop him from cancelling that. Like I said, I don't actually care about dealing a whole lot of damage here with my first Oracle. The only thing I truly care about is not dying. This was mediocre, I'm gonna have to admit that. This was actually very mediocre. We're gonna start this Oracle and we're gonna start the Glaive here instantly. I don't actually have a lot of energy remaining on my Nexi, so we're gonna have to be a little bit careful there. We'll add a single gas in here right now. And once I have the cash available, 1 more gas as well. So I now have 2 adepts in this area that will hopefully allow me to not just straight up die to any type of link flood. I can also leave this oracle over here. Maybe I can pick up like a drone. Like, this is absolutely fine. I mean, it's not going to be life changing, but it's nice just to get a drone every now and again, you know? Make sure that your opponent is aware of the fact that you're still around with your stuff. Okay, 1 more chrono on this. 2 more over here. And I need a new pylon instantly, right? Gotta make sure that we don't get supply locked anytime soon. Yeah, we're gonna fly back home with this idiot. We now have 2 oracles. And we're hopefully gonna get another warp in. Oh, that's cool. That's actually really cool. I love this for him. So, this looks good for him. He gets a couple of worker kills, but I get a lot of freaking link kills, which I am personally fine with, that type of trade in this moment. Because he needs those units. I think my first fly-in is usually going to be the most... Or my first attack in is usually going to be the most powerful. And we're instantly transitioning into Stalkers. And we're warping these over here. And they'll help keep us safe, right? So what can we do? We can clear the fort base. Or we can attack the fort base. So... all that stuff. Even if we don't necessarily end up winning instantly... at least we will be capable of clearing that. And we're gonna go up to 6 gates. This was a really bad shade, like genuinely bad shade. He's also completely set up over here. So this went actually about as poor as you could imagine it would go. See if we can get this thing at least. I don't think we can get that though. Man, when it comes to having bad starts, this definitely is one. We're now on 6 gates. We're going to add in a battery over here and instantly take a fort base. Now, majority of the time, people will go into some type of roach follow-up here. Now, the reason why that's not good against this is because, well, I have Stalkers out, and roaches kind of suck against Stalkers. And the key to playing this type of style, at least in my mind, is going to be to have a bunch of adepts that are just kind of hanging behind everything, and they will be capable of dealing with any type of ling run by relatively well. At least that's going to be the general plan. So my +1 is about halfway done right now. My what is this? My blink is about to be done as well. Just gonna keep adding in more and more dudes, and we're gonna add in our robotics facility. And although it sounds cool to stay on low gas forever, there's actually no purpose to that whatsoever. So we're also just not gonna do that. Like, the moment I get my fort base up, I actually want to start taking gases. Why not, right? Gas is a super useful thing to have, so why wouldn't I get that? And you see, we're just kind of putting these adepts in the back to add in a lot of extra damage for me. I can just maybe add another stasis ward in the mix. Maybe start attacking a little bit over here. He's just building pure freaking links at this moment. Just gonna add more of these idiots too. Gonna have this and this. I'm afraid he's going... Oh, he's absolutely going for Mutas here, by the way. If you aren't entirely sure what the hell this is, it is 100% going to be Mutas. So you're just gonna start this thing. Like, he is building, as we can see, absolutely nothing out of his gas, and he's on 8 gas already, which is one of the more, like, yeah, there you go. We spotted Muta, but we already have 4 base. So one of the main like win conditions against Muta is getting a 4th base up. Once you get that, usually it's okay. If you don't get that, usually you're in a world of trouble. So we're gonna try to keep moving out here a little bit more. And I want to get another setup as well. I did believe I already built some Archons too, right? It would be nice to have. Okay, here we go. So that's pretty much what I expected. Let's see what he's doing right now. Oh, he's going for it all the way, huh? That means I'm going to go for it all the way as well. Oh, this is going to be an exciting game if you ask me. It's going to be a really exciting game. Okay, we're just going to fly these away. I think I might actually be losing this game, if I'm being real. This would be a very sad way to start. It would actually be one of the saddest ways to start. Okay, we just want to clear as many overlords as I can. Okay, we're just gonna make sure to clear more of this stuff as well. We have cleared all of his ground forces. I don't know where the hell his air forces are though.
Give us your command. Clearing a lot of these Mutas, huh? I mean, as long as we can kind of keep this this going and we can keep him busy big time, you know, that would be huge. So we're just picking up individual ones the entire time. We can keep going over here. This is a great game to start with, if you ask me. Okay, maybe we can clear some of these idiots as well. Okay, we're gonna pull these guys away. Oh, don't want to actually do that. See, this recall is idiotic, isn't it? Let's see if we can clear everything here. Because I don't quite think we can clear everything. He's going to continue just chasing me out right now. I think we might just be winning this game. I think we might just be barely winning this game, though. Oh my god, what a base trade. That was insane. Alright, up next we've got a Protoss versus Protoss here on Last Fantasy. Now, Last Fantasy is the map with 3 potential spawn locations. That means there's a 50% chance that he won't scout me first. Actually, there's also a pretty decent chance he will decide not to scout at all. So what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be opening up with Nexus first. I like going for this type of gamble. It's to try and keep people honest. I do this in tournaments and I do this in ladder games as well, just to show people that I'm kind of crazy, you know? It should be a rule for competitors and for people on the ladder that you always want to scout me. Because if you don't scout me, you might get Nexus firsted, or I'm going to proxy robo you. I think in PvP, like a very big skill is to just be kind of crazy and to not care at all about risk. Because if you care about risk, you start wondering like, what happens if he does this? It's like, you should never be wondering what your opponent is doing. You should always be thinking, what am I gonna do? And how could my opponent potentially respond to that? And then you just kind of accept certain build orders that might be losses to you. So if I'm being proxy gated in the middle of the map right now, I am dead. I'm completely okay with that. However, if he decided to proxy gate in the middle of the map, I know this guy is never going to find love in his life. So it's a fine trade by me. We're going to get this core up soon as well. We even went for a low ground wall. I'm not entirely sure if this is something that you should be doing. I forgot to build my cyber core. This feels weird and kind of bad, but it is the way of the world. We're going to get a pretty late scout here, but I often like late scouts in PvP because it allows me to basically get all the information I need instantly at the best price. So there's no nexus yet, means it's not a fast nexus. We're going to get a full wall here, warp gate, chrono. Okay, I think we legitimately have all the info I need. So now what we can do is we can keep the probe down here. And then we can see what the first 2 units are and what the time is for the first 2 units. So both of these, okay, it's double stalker. They both popped out right now. I mean, this to me is starting to feel a lot like Christmas. No, it's not starting to feel like Christmas. It's starting to feel like he is about to freaking all-in me. And I'm not super loving the early game here for me. Not super loving it. And a robotics facility in, you get a battery. I think actually building the wall on the low ground is just a mistake. I just don't think there's much else going on here. Just seems bad. So we have double chronos here. We could hallucination scout. I wasn't entirely sure if I wanted to, because I also want to have a lot of extra force fields. Okay, he's battery rushing me. I have no thoughts about this. I'm sure you guys would think I would call this guy an idiot, because when you're building batteries on the other side of the map, they only start with half energy, and you obviously can't recall them. So this is actually not a very, like, a good trade money-wise. Like, it's 100 of my money for 100 of his. But sometimes this just ends up working. So here we go. This thing is gonna die, that's okay. I don't want to lose anything else anymore, because it would deny too much of my dudes. I think he can actually burst through stuff right now, but he's out of batteries, isn't he? He's out of battery energy already. So we're both gonna start losing units at a very similar pace right now. And once I kill 1 or 2 of his stalkers, I'm going to be the one that will be winning in these trades majority of the time. I'm going to need some more batteries as well. So 2 more stalkers show up. That means his damage increases too much. I don't really want to be out here anymore. I'm going to just, first of all, I'm going to add another pylon. Losing these things would really suck, by the way. I don't really want to lose any of that stuff. Although 1 gate here might not even be that bad. It allows me a little bit more movement. Okay, now Big Daddy Immortal is out. I think it's just going to be a win. Can recharge this as well. Yeah, this is why I'm just generally not a huge fan of battery rushes in PvP, because, I mean, my batteries, they just build faster. That's the reality of things. Alright, this is one of the new hacks where they just completely freeze your screen. It's not entirely cool. So if you work at Blizzard, try to make a fix for this. Sadly, we're gonna have to give this guy the win, because my time is more valuable than his. So I'm gonna leave, and he probably has other things to do. He's gonna get the 60 points. Sucks a little bit. It's the way of the world. He's gonna copy his link. Make sure he gets his account banned ASAP. I got another one of these guys after this game. I'm not really interested in laddering anymore. So this is gonna be the video, sadly, for today. If you have an uncle that works at Blizzard, or if your dad is the owner of Blizzard, which I'm sure some of you have said before in the past, and be sure to push them a little bit on this hack, because it would be nice to be fixed so I can ladder again. What else am I going to do with my life? I don't know. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.